बोलो, मतलब ये मेरा ऑर्डर नहीं है, मम्मी का ऑर्डर है। जाओ।
ये तो जो पकड़ के बैठती है मोबाइल और
Okay, so this is about our SAGE group. So good morning to one and all present here. I welcome you all for SAGE talk on a very interesting topic, that is MATLAB for engineers. And to share his expertise in the subject, we have Dr. Alok Jha with us. At present, he is associated with Sri Ramdev Baba College of Engineering and Management, Nagpur. He has completed his master's and doctorate degree from NIT Rourkela. He is an active researcher in the field of robotics and have many publications of the similar topic in the Journal of Repute. I thank Dr. Alok Jha and welcome him for sharing his knowledge with us. Dr. Jha, over to you, please.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Agarwal, for nice introduction and your kind words. So with your permission, may I start the session?
Yes, you can start. I allowed you to share your screen. You can share your screen, sir.
Yes, just a minute.
Okay. It is visible.
I hope that's good.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is
thank
visible.
Okay, good morning and welcome to all those who are present in this meet. Myself, Dr. Alok Jha, and today's topic is MATLAB for engineers. So, shall we start?
Yes, please.
Okay. So MATLAB is a smart tool, and every engineers might be using in this software like MATLAB for many applications. And I'll be giving you just a brief introduction what can be done using MATLAB. So let us start with, so here okay, so today is auspicious occasion of Vasant Panchami. So let me start today's session with the blessings of Ma Saraswati, and I wish you all happy Vasant Panchami. And before going to start, I just want to declare one thing, that this presentation for this talk have been prepared from a wide source of internet sources, website pages, and these slides are used for only educational purposes. So let us start with the very first question. What is MATLAB? I hope some of the audience may not be knowing about the software. So let me start with what is MATLAB. So if you think it's a software, so it's not only a software, it's a programming platform actually, and it is especially designed for engineers and scientists for analysis and design purpose. So if you take any example, MATLAB, there is a tool or there is a function, you can solve many applications, real world problems using this platform. So it's a research tool, you can say, as well as for educational purpose also we are using. So in coming slides, I'll be giving you an idea how it can help you, whether you are a student or a teacher or a researcher or a scientist, anybody can be benefited by using this software. And the heart of MATLAB is MATLAB language, and it's a matrix based language, right? So basically the platform is matrix based, and it allows most natural expression of computational mathematics. And we are going to see what are those mathematics in coming slides. In continuation to this, MATLAB is a software package for high performance numerical computation and visualization. So whatever we calculate, we can actually see that calculation in terms of graphical images, right? So visualization is also very high-end software is created. Say it can deal many complex equations simultaneously. Also, it provides an interactive environment with hundreds of built-in functions. Like it's giving you opportunity to contribute also. So like if I want to code in a particular problem, so I can also contribute those activity into the web domain. MATLAB is also having some group, so where we can deal with, and we can also ask for help for our specific domain or problem, right? So you can categorize this as a high level programming language, right? And this name MATLAB stands for Matrix Laboratory, right? It's a short form of Matrix Laboratory and developed by MathWorks. This is a company, so we should acknowledge them. Okay, so after getting to know that what is MATLAB, the next question arises, what can I do with MATLAB, right? So as I said, we can analyze the data, and data analysis is now a booming field nowadays, right? Everybody is looking after data and data. So simple collection of data is of no meaning. If you analyze that data, you could get various meaningful information. Like, so data collection is like you are receiving many signals in daily life. You are getting many data in your day-to-day life, right? But how actually you are going to analyze those data, what kind of information you can extract out of those data, that is very, very important. And MATLAB helps you in that, right? So first thing is data analysis. You can develop algorithms. So as a student, if you talk about, if you are a mechanical student, so I can give you example of subject like machine design, right? So in design of machine elements, we are designing many machine components. So if you wish, you can write algorithms for that, right? You can code for that, and the answers like dimensions of those components, you can check for safety, and this can be possible using this algorithm. Similarly, any other course you can take and you can write programs for that. You can develop a specific algorithm to solve a particular problem. Also, there is an option for creating models and applications. So when I say model, it's also like mathematical model, as well as you can use Simulink as well, right? To develop models. And what is the use of model? We have, I will give you a simple example. If you want to develop a model which can predict something, right, based on the output. So it's a relationship between input output, and based on that, you can have your prediction about the output if you have set of input data, right? So create models and applications. So basically, whatever you think or your ideas, if you work on some idea design thinking, then you can come to the actual product or the final solution using this MATLAB. So MATLAB helps you to take your ideas from research to production by developing to enterprise and applications, embedded devices, any field you can talk about, and it can give you some kind of support. right? And there are many built-in functions. I will show you some of them. Like basically engineers are mostly dealing with the mathematical expressions, right? So in one or more application, we are also looking after linear algebra computations. We are also dealing with data analysis, signal processing, optimization, and basically partial differential equation, ordinary differential equation. So in mechanical domain specifically, if you talk about, we are mostly dealing with partial differential equations, right? So to solve those complex equations, we need some kind of high-end software. So MATLAB is one of them, which can be used for solving those kind of complex equations. So there are numerous functions for two-dimensional and three-dimensional graphics, as well as you can have animation as well, right? And to conclude this, it has numerous built-in commands and math functions that help you in mathematical calculation. You can even generate plot. You can highlight your results in many different formats as well, right? Now, the next question after this, what can be done? Who uses MATLAB, right? So the answer is very simple. Not only engineers and scientists, any student or any faculty member, anyone, any individual can use MATLAB for its own objective, its own goal, right? So millions of engineers and scientists worldwide, they use MATLAB for a range of applications, as well as both there is an industry as well as academia. And to name a few, nowadays you might be learning or you might be hearing this term like deep learning, AI, machine learning. So everybody is talking about data analysis, machine learning, artificial intelligence. So all these things are really important nowadays, and the paradigm is shifted towards the AI domain, right? But AI is not only about computer science and all related domain. Okay, so MATLAB gives you here also one opportunity. You can use this platform for solving problem in this category as well. Maybe you can use it for neural network. You can use fuzzy logic toolbox is there, and depending upon your application, you can design your own algorithm as well, right? So image processing, video processing, even control systems, for measurement purpose, for sensor integration, for modeling, robotics, automation, many fields are there. So it's a diversified field, and anyone in this platform who willing to work on a specific problem, they can use MATLAB. And MATLAB is also developing and it is improving day by day. So latest edition will be having more number of toolboxes, and daily if you find some updates is there, right? So second, users apart from engineers and scientists, so research scholar, mostly PG and PhD, so they are also using this software for their individual goal, objectives, set of problems they are solving. They are looking into some the research domain, and they are finding a way how to get the solutions. And for majorly computational problems and complex calculations, they are using software like MATLAB. Teachers, so as a teacher, we also used to use this software MATLAB for teaching purpose as well as for solving our own problems that we are dealing with, course specific as well as research domain problems. And lastly, not but students, right? So students, you can also use this software. It is very easy to understand, and you can design your set of experiments also, right? Especially in online teaching, where you cannot get the physical hands-on experience in the laboratory. So in our institution also, we have tried some of the experimentation. We have asked them to write a specific code in whatever language they want, like Python or MATLAB or any other language. So you can use it for your laboratory work. You can use it for your competitions, right? So there are many competitions in which you can use this platform MATLAB for designing or modeling or maybe calculating, right, for programming. And you can use it for real-time application in the field like robotics as well. And projects, yes. So in engineering, AICT has already given weightage to a lot of practical learning. So we have almost every semester we have got one project, right? So you can use it for project works as well. So you can take help of your faculty members, mentors, how you can utilize this software for improving your project work, right? Yeah. So after knowing about MATLAB, the question arises, is MATLAB hard to learn? And the answer is no, right? It is not hard to learn. And specifically software, if you talk about any software, it cannot be taught, right? It can only be learned. So in that way, if you think, if you give sufficient time, you can be a master in that, right? So you can start with very basic functions, and then you can slowly and gradually you can become a master in some specific field, right? So like MathWorks has designed this MATLAB platform, right? So initially they have come up with many problems, and every year they are coming up with some new version of MATLAB. So they have designed it like more human centric, right? Nowadays we are talking about design thinking, and design thinking is nothing but human centric design approach, right? So MATLAB is also designed for the way you think and the work you do. So learning is accessible whether you are a novice or an expert. So as a beginner also, in the day one only, you can start using this software like anything, and slowly and gradually, as I said, you can be a master or expert in this domain, right? So the way we think as a human being, right? So that is the major platform, we can say fundamental platform for this MATLAB designing. So here, if you talk about the language, it is very easy to learn and use. Those who have used already C or maybe C++ or any other languages, they can compare between MATLAB and C. So comparatively, it is easier if you talk about this language compatibility, and especially to mechanical engineers or core branches engineers. So we are not very much comfortable in coding. So if you start in MATLAB, it's very easy. I tell you, it's like writing your equations, whatever equation you're writing using pen and paper. So that can easily be used in the MATLAB platform. No need to worry at all. So there are also several optional toolboxes. Toolboxes are additional thing. So one thing is like you will be having some command window and the editor prompt, and after that you will be having several toolboxes. So toolboxes are basically designed for a specific work. For example, fuzzy logic neural network toolbox is there. So they are specifically designed for solving the problems using fuzzy logic, or maybe to train a neuron data, right? Neural network, etc. So there are many toolboxes. I cannot give you count now, but it's more than 40-50 toolboxes are there, right? So these toolboxes are nothing but they are collection of functions. So in programming, we write some functions, right? So in functions, we are preparing a relationship between input output, and for your set of input data, you can get the output without writing that code in detail, right? So the ready-made functions are available. So for what reason we are using this function? So you may use it for symbolic computation, image processing, statistics data, control system, and simple mathematical problem like partial differential equation, and so on. So there are more than 50 such toolboxes at present. And as I said in previous slide, the basic building block of MATLAB is matrix. So fundamental data type is the array. You can define any variable in the form of array, right? Then also we are dealing with vectors, scalars, then real matrices, complex matrices. These are all automatically handled as special cases of the basic data type. So engineers are more into mathematics domain. So I will give you one or two examples of how we are using MATLAB for mathematical calculations. Right. So have you heard of magic square? Anyone in this meet? So magic square is like something. So can you observe what is the magic behind this? So you can add up the rows, right? 7 plus 2 plus 6, it is 15. And if you add the column wise also, 9 plus 4, 13 plus 2, it is also 15. Diagonally, it is also coming out to be 15. So it's the magic square, right? So matrix form, we can also write like 2, 7, 6. First row, first element, 2, like Like that, you can define magic square. And now MATLAB has inbuilt function. So if you want to create magic square of any dimension, 3 cross 3 or 3 cross 4 cross 4, you just need to write a function and it will directly, means automatically it will give you the required matrix, right? So similarly, we have also got Pascal matrix. So Pascal matrix is like this. It's a triangular, you can say triangular form, right? So upper triangular matrix, lower triangular matrix. You can see there is also similarity. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, then 2 plus 1 is equal to 3, 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. In that way, it is there. So let me use the pointer as well. Here you can see this is 1 plus 1, 2, then 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 1, 4, 3 plus 3, 6, 3 plus 1, 4, and like that there is a this. So this is known as Pascal matrix, right? So there is a inbuilt function again. So this kind of functions are some examples to just correlate with you how what can be done in the MATLAB platform with this kind of functions. So magic square and Pascal matrix, these are already explained you. So like this is actual screenshot of the MATLAB help function. So there is a help center. If you type something here, the result will come in fraction of second. And it's like, so if you want to create a magic vector, so this is the syntax, right? It's simple. Capital M is equal to magic within bracket small n. So what is small n? It is nothing but order, right? So for a square matrix, if you write 3, it will be 3 cross 3 matrix. So like that, you can see it is magic square. It is like if you type this command in command window, automatically you will get this matrix, right? Similarly, Pascal's. So in Pascal matrix also you have options. So here not only square matrix, any size matrix you can deal with. Okay, so with this example, let us continue. So MATLAB's power of computational mathematics. So why I'm giving example of mathematics? Because in engineering, we are solving more or less every application related to mathematics only. So base is mathematics, and we are using it for some specific application, whether you talk of vibration analysis or you talking about the thermal equilibrium equations or heat transfer equation. These are all mathematical equations, right? So MATLAB is used in every facet of computational mathematics, and these are the some examples. If you talk about, so let's see, 2D, 3D plotting, linear algebra, non-linear function, data analysis, differential equation, numerical integration, like that. So these are the few mathematical requirement that you are dealing with for solving real-time problem in engineering field. So MATLAB can solve this many or many more equations, right? Like this. Now, so let us talk about some commonly used operators. So as mathematics is arithmetic, you are using plus, minus, multiplication, division. So it's very simple. You can see these simple symbols we can use. So for example, this is just scalar matrix exponential vector. In matrix, in MATLAB, we have got two different division, right? Left division and right division. I will come on to that and what is the difference in that. And if you put a dot before this arithmetic operation, so that has its own meaning, right? So here you can see it's a scalar or matrix multiplication, and here it is an array multiplication operator. So array wise, like each element will be multiplied with some element or some number, right? If you put a dot. And colon is like it generates regularly spaced element and represent entire row or column. I will try to give you some example as well. And there are many parameters, right? So this can be used for a specific reasons. So slowly and gradually you will start using MATLAB, you will get to know all these operations, right? And there are many tutorials available, help center is available. So you can start by your own. And then by default, there are some special variables and constant, right? So if you use MATLAB as a digital calculator, it's a very first use. So in command prompt, if you open the MATLAB, there will be command prompt. And in command prompt, if you write 2 plus 2, it will give you answer is equal to 4. So AN is equal to 4, it will display. So what is ANS? ANS is by default variable to store the current output, right? It's short form of answer. So ANS is most recent answer. Then EPS, accuracy of floating point precision, like that. IJ is for imaginary values, right? NAN, it is short form of not a number. So if you write 0 by 0, if you divide 0 by 0, it's not a number, right? So in that case, it will show you NAN. And mostly in engineering field, we are using that is pi, 22 by 7 or 3.1415. That value you need not to write, right? It's already by default, it is stored in the MATLAB platform, that if you write pi, it will understood that yes, you are talking about 3.1415, that is the value, right? Again, if you write programs in MATLAB, so we use different this commands, like CLC is clears the command window. If you write clear, it removes variable from memory. So like if you define a variable, right, a is equal to 2, b is equal to 3. So if you use CLC command, then after having computation output, it will clear all those command window, right? And but you use clear command, then the memory which was stored, like if you define the variable a as 2 and variable b as 3, then 2 and 3 value will also be deleted or clear if you use this command. Similarly, there are many commands, and the purpose of using this command, right? And one is called, so in command window you can perform operation line by line, right? Line by line. You can also write and create, run a file of this m file. So these are some examples, right? How can you create a script and type the following code? So if you define a is equal to 5, b is equal to 7, and if you write c is equal to a plus b, so it directly give you like c, d, e, f. I have defined different using operators. So you can see these are the output of this thing. So c is equal to a plus b. So you can see 5 plus 7, 12. D is nothing but c plus sine of b. So d is 12.6570. And similarly, f is exponential of minus d, right? So d already you have calculated here, 12.6570. So if you find exponential of minus 12, it is coming out to be like this, right? So many complex calculation it can do in fraction of seconds. Then we have operators also. So arithmetic operator, relational operator, logical, bitwise, set operation. Many operations are possible, very quick, fast. So like this, plus minus, already we have seen. If you put a dot, okay, before multiplication symbol, so it will change the meaning. So like if you have a matrix multiplication, if you use simple mathematical symbol like asterisk, a cross b, a dot b. So if you like using this dot product before this, so this is the element by element product. And here it is simple matrix multiplication that you studied in your school, right? So a dot means element wise, and here it is the proper matrix multiplication that we have. Okay, then slash operation is of two types, backward and forward, or you can say the left division, right division. So that is also possible. Okay, then we have also power, and these are some examples. Again, you can define a and b, and then you can perform various operations like this, right? So it will be having different meaning. fa forward slash b and backward slash b, they have different meaning. These are the answer for this. So relational operator, you can also use this less than, equal to, greater than, equal to, like that, right? You can find the maximum of some values like a or b. Then we can also have a function like equation GE that we to test. If you find to, if you are interested in finding the relation, or you want to know which value is greater than or equal to, like that. So there are certain commands, and these are some examples. Right, I will quickly run through this thing because this needs hands-on experience. So maybe next time when we have hands-on session, then I can explain you in detail all those things. You can do it along with me. Then we have logical operators. So logical operators also like AND operator, NOR operator, right? Or operator. So these are also required for various reasons in calculation part. So if you have A and B variables, and if you define a condition, right? If you have A and B, then display line 1 condition is true, it's AND, or A or B, right? The condition is true. You can give certain conditions. So in programming, we also use some loops, and for that we need to provide conditions. In that case, you will be using this logical operator. Okay, so line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, these are the output of that script. Now, example if you want to define array, so see A is equal to, its elements are 7, 23, 14, 15, 9, 12, 8, 24, 35, and B is also having certain number of the elements in that. Then set theory you might have studied. So union and intersection, these are very famous operations, right? So you can also perform this kind of operation. You can easily calculate union and intersection. So like this A and B you are defining. So these are the examples. Now next thing is solving linear system of equations. So it's very simple example I have taken. So computational consideration, if you consider that one of the most important problem in technical computing is the solution of simultaneous linear equation, right? In engineering mathematics also we have used this simultaneous linear equation. So in matrix notation, if you want to solve the similar problem in MATLAB, so MATLAB is a matrix based platform, right? So here you need to provide notation in matrix way. So the problem can be stated as follows, like if you have two matrices A and B, and does there exist a unique matrix X, so that if you write this equation Ax equal to B, this is a simple linear equation, or Xa is equal to B. If this relation satisfies, then yes, this is solution. X is the nothing but the solution of that problem. So does the equation have a unique solution? The answer is yes. If you have this Ax equal to B form, so here you can see 7x equal to 21. So easily all of you might be giving me answer like x is equal to 21 by 7 is equal to 3. Right? That is very simple. Yes. The answer is of course yes. The equation has a unique solution, x is equal to 3. And the solution is easily obtained by division. But in MATLAB, we have two different division, right? So we are, as a human being, we are very much intelligent. So MATLAB is also using the human intelligence only that has been incorporated in the form of the functions. So if you need to solve linear equations in MATLAB, so solution is not ordinarily obtained by computing the inverse, because in matrix we are generally finding the inverse, right? If you write the equation in terms of matrix, then division means inverse. So that's not possible, right? So every time we need not to calculate inverse, like 7 inverse you will find, then you multiply this with 21. So that's not the case. So this would be more work, and if 7 inverse is represented to a finite number of digits, it will be less accurate, right? If you use only 2 decimal places or 3 decimal places, so it will
Alok sir, we have only 4 minutes left actually.
Yeah, I will conclude, sir.
Okay.
So we have so many function like this only, linear equation. So I will run through. You can just look at the slides what can be done using MATLAB. So division operation, left and right. You can create a script file. You can have a relationship like this. And these are the some special commands, like if you write zeros, okay, within bracket 5. So it's a 5 cross 5 matrix. All the elements will be 0. It's called 0 matrix. Then similarly, you can use ones. So all the elements will be 1, right? And you can define the size of the matrix like 4 cross 3 here. EYE, this function is nothing but identity matrix. So leading diagonal will be having element 1, all other will be having 0. Then random means randomly it will create matrix for you. So if you write random 3, 5, it will be 3 cross 5 matrix, and the elements would be from 0 to 1. All the elements will be ranging from 0 to 1. Then colon notation, it's like division. So 1 to 10. If you equally divide, this will be like 10 elements in the interval of 1. If you write 100 colon minus 5 colon 50, so upper limit is 100, lower limit is 50, and the interval will be of 5. So you can see 100, 95, 90, like that, it will be recorded by the MATLAB. Okay, then easily you can solve basic algebraic equation in MATLAB also. So there is a command like solve. So if you write solve x minus 5 is equal to 0, it's simply like you are guiding. Yeah, teacher is asking to students, can you solve this equation? Like similar way, if you write this thing, it will give you answer like a good student, right? So these are some examples of solving equations. So similarly, these two equations also there. You can solve it using solve command. So now I'll be concluding in just 2 slides. So presentation, I would like to ask you to yourself only, right? So after this talk, you should be in a position to tell this thing. So first question is how MATLAB is useful for students. So I hope you are now getting some idea how it is useful. And as a faculty member also, we can also, what can we contribute to a student, right? And why is it important to learn MATLAB? What is the purpose of MATLAB? What are the advantages of MATLAB? Is MATLAB used in real life? Again, question mark. And what are the advantages of using MATLAB for myself? So I want you to answer this thing to you only. I don't want answer from your side. You are responsible to answer yourself only. So I try to answer these things, or rather I try to think you like this way, what can be done in MATLAB and how you can use MATLAB for your own applications, right? So thank you very much for patient listening. And if you have any question, you can ask, because it's just the beginning.
Yes, sir. Actually, we have only 1 minute left, so we will take questions some other time. And
Okay, no
before the meeting end, I would like to thank on behalf of Sage Group for giving your valuable time and sharing your knowledge that will be helpful for all the faculties and students attending the session. Once again, very thankful, sir. Thank you very much. Alok, sir.
सर नेक्स्ट क्लास कब होगी? हेलो सर.
Thank you so much everyone.
Okay.